Hello friends, I'm Erin Hullender. Did you know that muscle is an organ? And the more muscle mass you have, the longer you can live? You know, today in America, 80% of people are not getting the recommended amount of exercise that they need, and 25% of Americans don't exercise at all. This is startling. Why? Well, we can come up with 1,000 reasons not to exercise, right? And sometimes there are legitimate reasons. For example, you're suffering an injury. This is the exception. But for many of us, we can see that exercise is not a priority, and we suffer the consequences. What many of us don't realize is that activity is the preserving power. And I'll get to that in just a moment. What I first wanted to mention is that there are so many benefits to strength training. It can help you lose weight and keep it off by building lean muscle tissue. The more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolic rate tends to be. More muscle also helps your body burn more fat at rest. Aim for at least 3 weightlifting workouts a week. And the best weightlifting exercises for losing body fat and building muscle are the exercises that recruit large muscles and work multiple muscles at one time, known as compound exercises. For example, squats, deadlifts, step-ups, lunges, push-ups, pull-ups, and back rows. Dr. Brendan Egan says we need to prescribe exercise like we prescribe medicine. Wow. You know, if you're sitting in a chair watching this video right now, you're burning roughly about 1 calorie per minute. But when we strength train, we can increase this to about 20 or even 30 calories per minute. You see, muscle is the major site where we burn carbs and fats. So when we eat a meal, about 80% of the food that is ingested is distributed to the muscle. When muscle begins to fail or when we develop problems with our muscles, it is not surprising that we develop a range of diseases associated with that. Have you heard of sarcopenia? It means poverty of strength or loss of muscle mass. And we don't just wake up one day and we're in this situation. It does progress over time. And after age 30, we lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass every decade. There was a study done where they compared under a microscope a cross-section of a 40-year-old's thigh to a 75-year-old athlete's thigh muscle, and they looked almost identical. Amazing. You see, muscle knows no age, so we can't use that excuse. The old saying is still true: if you don't use it, you lose it. But the good news is, muscle wasting can be reversed through strength training. There was another study done on an 85-year-old person who focused just on strengthening their legs for 12 weeks, and they noticed a 40% increase in the thigh muscle, and their strength improved by half, by 50%. The presenter showed a cross-sectional area of the thigh muscle, and you can see it was significantly larger. And this is very encouraging. According to the research, lifting weights and increasing muscle mass can reduce risk factors for some of the most common diseases and leading causes of death, and keep you functioning well into your latter years by improving your bone health and preventing debilitating breaks, improving your sense of balance, keeping you from falling, and improving your flexibility so you don't have to ask your family members to do the unthinkable. While sarcopenia and muscle loss as you age is a real problem, it is still totally possible to build muscle as you get older, as long as you lift weights a few times per week. And you know, friends, you can be your own gym. My advice would be to master your body weight first and then grab the weights. Invest in a personal trainer to get you started and give you a solid foundation. Again, we need to think about muscle as medicine. Muscle is so much more than looking nice and trim, although that's an added benefit. It's more than athletic performance. Muscle is our body armor. Muscle is our site for energy metabolism, and muscle will augment a robust immune system. It has been said, the more healthy muscle mass you have, the greater your survivability against nearly every disease. You know, friends, we are living in a very unique time in history. Our Savior Jesus Christ is soon to return. The signs are all around us. We should do all we can to take care of these vessels because we belong to God. We are not our own. In addition to being physically ready, we need to care about our spiritual condition as well. Jesus says in Matthew 11:28-30, "Come unto me, all of you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So he is extending the invitation to all who desire a better way, and we can take him at his word. Isn't that wonderful? Take courage that God has a good plan for your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.